it's your favorite punk zombie magician, Lilith Thelema. It's Magic Connection time again, and I'm playing Lord of the Rings Online with Somatome. Sorry it took just a little bit longer than usual before I let my starting soon screen. Hi, Speed Gamer. Thanks for checking in and congrats on getting first. The sound from my headphones wasn't coming in quite right me. It's particularly annoying since these are brand new headphones, but Hi, Red Green. Well, I know you're mostly saying that to Somatome, since it's her channel icon next to you in the chat, but anyway, turns out the problem wasn't so much the actual headphones, but rather the volume jack that they're connected to. I like to be able to manually adjust my volume, or rather analogically, rather than have to externally, rather than have to go to the Windows volume every time. Anyway, should mean that Somatome will be ready to join soon, so I'll go over to the gaming screen. Oh. That makes me think if you're the Red Green show. I don't even see her reactive yet, so she's not in the... yet. The Red Green show? I'm not sure if I get that reference. There's Soma. Hey, she's here. Let's do her intro. Right. Fellowship. Yep, I hadn't unmuted. Damn. Chat disconnected on my phone.
Come and say hello to a Lilith.
Hi,
Look
Soma.
at her beautiful face. Hello.
Hello, 1 second, just refreshing the stream manager on my phone. Okay, all good.
Also, hi, Lightning. How are you? It's nice to see you at the start of the stream.
Right, so, as we need to defeat some monsters and collect banners.
Yes, we have quite a few things that we can do. Right, let's go ahead and... I don't know what we're starting with quest-wise, but we're gonna come and start with this quest group over here.
Okay.
You planning yourself some Final Fantasy? Oh.
Which one?
Probably 14.
Hmm.
He
I
does
kinda
a lot of
figured.
the MMO. Yeah, see, that's right.
Oh, take this.
Okay, nope, hang on. I can't deal with the Fitbit on my wrist today. Not while I'm playing the game. Nope, can't deal with that. That might be why I can't deal with it. Looks like I have a bruise on my wrist from it.
Oh,
Right
ouch.
Well, either it or from something else that just happened to be covered by
Okay, so we
by
need
the band. But
to kill these birds.
right up here. Oh, you completed a deed.
Caravan Slayer.
Yep, we needed to kill a bunch of caravan anyway. Alright. Got some wargs over there. Okay. We have a spot up here.
Uh-huh. From a distance, one of the goats kind of looked like a centaur.
Oh, that feels like that would be great. That feels like it would be a lot of fun. A little bit more of a body horror for this particular world, but that would be a lot of fun. Especially if the centaurs are not friendly. Because 90% of the time when people design centaurs, they make them friendly, or at least willing to chat, and not just immediately an enemy. You know? It's like everyone sees horse person and is like, yes, no, that is friend. That is friend-shaped. Never mind the potential for differences in cultures and everything.
In Guild Wars, the centaurs are generally hostile.
Oh. I wasn't aware of that. I've never really gotten into Guild Wars. We tried it there for a while. But I don't think anyone really kept up with the Guild Wars.
There's a third game coming out soonish. You know,
Oh dear.
the biggest detail that's been revealed is it has a lot of mobility. Not really my big concern when it comes to MMOs, but good for the game.
I guess it's important. Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know. Guild Wars has never been in one of the series that I've really gotten into and played at all. Figure I've barely touched WoW, and that's considered one of the big ones.
Hello, Capolo!
Hello, Locod! How's the local today? Local being good. The local being a good boy.
Yes.
If you are, you deserve all the head pats. Yay, you get head pats now. I love how Red got capitalized. Hello.
Hello, Red!
You have to shout. Yeah, exactly. You have to shout Red's name, apparently, in order for it to count.
I play Guild for a couple days and bored. Yeah, sometimes you have those games where you really get into it, but only for short bursts. An example of that is The Sims.
Yeah. I've never actually played The Sims on stream. And I probably never will.
Oh.
It's like I have The Sims. It's never going to be a game that's played on stream.
Yeah, there seems to be some serious competition for The Sims popping up lately. Like there was Insoy, but I believe there was some controversy over the head developer dismissing staff in favor of using more AI tool, but also more recently been another game called Paralives. Bit cute.
This is fair. I've not actually seen anything about any potential competition for The Sims. But that's also most of the competition for The Sims that I've seen has always been more like competition via SimCity rather than the slice of life living. Also Red. I love how out of all of that you took that you were loved from the fact that we have to shout your name. No intimidation, just that you're loved. I'm glad that that's what you took from it.
Who compared to Sim each have the whimsy and fantasy?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if The Sims is actually whimsical and a fantasy.
It often is with expansions. Like, the base game usually doesn't have much magic, but there have been expansions that add supernatural elements.
That's the thing, though, is I technically have those expansions. It's not very whimsical or fantasy-like for me. Maybe I'm just weird about the game. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know the life simulation and games very well. I spend too much time hopping into the worlds where we go and kill random shit.
That's why Paralife, a good life sim, but a bit too realistic.
Honestly, I've never heard of either one. But I don't know.
Hey, it seems we've already killed all of those that we need to.
Yep. We're still gonna,
Yeah, kill anything that's in the way.
Yeah, you got it, you got it. Aha, the banners.
It doesn't disappear, so I can pick it up too. Go.
Yay! Shoot the warg butt. Shoot him in the butt. Oh, hey, look, more half-orcs.
Oh.
How would Red be here if they didn't fix her power? Like,
Yeah,
how would
maybe on
would've
phone
Red
with data
been
on.
She was in the VC before, yeah. Yes, she was. Like, I started stream and I hadn't bothered to remove myself from my chambers. I still need to go through and finish actually fixing all of the fucking... all the Discord are the issues. Haven't bothered with that yet. Up we go, up we go. Oh, look, it's a red goat. Red is now a goat. Look at her, she's so
Red is
adorable
the
and
goat.
floofy. The goat. Like, all caps and everything.
You don't want to be the greatest of all time?
But it is also I want her to be super floofy. She is the floofiest doggo I've ever met. Clearly. She's floofier than my cats. She can live up to the expectations. She's good about that. She's never fallen flat on her face when she's been expected to fly. At any point. She'll just randomly blow the expectations that I didn't even realize I had out of the water. It's very surprising when she just turns around and randomly goes, "Hey, this is a big surprise that was not expected. Your expectations are now..."
You fly now! You fly now!
I love how that's what she got out of that rant about how awesome she is. Is that she flies now. Alright. I don't know for sure if we can get over to the next point from just keep it continuing to go up, but we're gonna try. Either way, anytime that I get the opportunity to lather praises about Red either to her face or to a new friend, I will always take the opportunity to, you know, sing the praises of the Red. Almost as if she were a god, but she's not. She's just the floofiest of dogs. And we love her. And at this point, I'm pretty sure almost everyone else that I interact with loves a red as well. That is how often that I sing the praises of red. Even if she's not aware that I'm singing the praises of the red. But actually, no, local. I know I can. Is it recommended? No! But I've done it just for shits and giggles. Also because I spent a lot of my teenage years very bored. Very, very bored. I surprised a lot of people by just hopping up the side of the mountain as if I were a goat. I agree with that plan, Lightning! Everyone needs to compliment a red in the chat, or we're gonna have issues. I think we may have needed to hop off the side of the mountain instead of climbing up this mountain. But we're committed now. I hope you realize this. We are committed now. But hey, let's pause out here and take a look at the view. And we found Floyd and DeWitt.
Huh.
Take a moment to admire the view. Snap a screenshot if you so desire.
I brought ale with his horse all the way up here just to drink it.
Oh yeah, he does that. He technically shows up all across Middle Earth.
I gather that.
Because, you know, there's a deed for that. There's 2 deeds for finding him in his spots. We just haven't really been thoroughly exploring everywhere. Because, like, the first spot that you're supposed to find him is technically out in the Lone Lands. That is one of the first spots.
That's snow blindness.
Right.
Snow blindness for a second there. Oh, whoa!
Oh god, mistakes! Mistakes! Mistakes!
Oh. Oh well, that's one way to get back.
Yep. This is I knew it almost as soon as I stepped off the cliff that was a mistake. We should not have done that.
It's taking having a cold one to a whole new level.
Indeed.
Right, so
no, do not accept that lie, local. Absolutely do not accept that lie. Do we need to turn in? Nope. None of these are turned in ones.
Well, while I'm here, sell some junk.
Yes.
Trouble me if you're
inventory management for you while we're here.
Why do you trouble me?
But I appreciate all the RPs and chat. Being like, yep.
Also, repair.
Someone made a mistake. I kind of went tumbling down the mountainside.
Okay.
Alright. Now we're gonna go climb up the right side of the Red Horn Pass. not take the express on the way down. We don't even have the excuse of, oh hey, there were giants throwing rocks around. To be like, yeah, that's why we tumbled off the side of the mountain. Whoops. So. Nah, I just got overly curious and leaned over a little bit too much, and oh, bye-bye Hobbit! Hobbit is no more! I'm just killing random shit on the way. Why are you living longer? How dare, you're not supposed to live longer. Oh, hi Nana. What's up?
Don't need to kill any more of those.
I need to abandon you in voice chat for a moment. I will be right back. The voice way.
Okay then. We need to find lizards and crawlers. What are crawlers again? Giant centipedes? That's what comes to my mind when I hear that. I can more easily imagine the lizards. Oh, what's... Oh, those. Don't need to attack them hard. They're safe then, sorry. Okay. Oh! Those guns. Basically a spotted saber-toothed tiger. Any reason we don't know they weren't spotted?
I have scolded the fellow housemate and commanded her to come deal with her laundry. You know, as if she's not an adult and can make her own choices as to when she's going to do her own laundry. You know, it's totally not a thing.
What?
Are you getting a little lost? Also, I love the fact that these guys have spots.
Yeah. I was just saying
I don't know what...
that any reason we don't know saber-toothed tigers had spots for real?
We don't know. We just assume... most of the scientists just assume that they had the tawny pelts, because, you know, the mammoths had tawny pelts, and, you know, why... If the sabers were supposed to be the prey, the predators for the mammoths, why would they not have tawny pelts? It might also be that all the instances of saber-tooths that we've found with pelt or hair intact were the tawny hide ones.
Okay.
And we just don't have any actual proof yet that they had spots.
Didn't think there'd be air intact.
I mean, we have... There's some frozen... Some of the frozen mammoths that...
Oh, frozen!
You know, they have...
Ah, yes.
Yeah!
That's a thing.
It's like... Yeah, it's like there's some of the specimens that they found that have been like solidly frozen and mummified, and it's like a lot of those specimens are all tawny colors and colored hides. But that's also it. Who's to say that the ones in that region were just tawny hide and not?
Yeah, I was just thinking of
regional
fossils,
thing.
but I really considered that the Ice Age mummified some animals.
Yeah. It's like that's how they started basically cloning dire wolves. So they found enough viable DNA from the mummified remains that they were like, oh hey, we can fuck with this and make new dire wolves. Do we know if they can reproduce on their own yet? No, but live dire wolves now. Look at the giant puppies.
Scientists got so caught up in thinking if they could, they never considered if they should.
Yeah, that's normally how. That's how all the horror movies start. We can. We're not going to consider that if we should or not, but we can. What's a little sad is we don't really have any mummified dinos at all, so all of our knowledge on how the dinos are put together is absolutely guesswork. Guesswork and us looking at current. Why am I getting just random thumbs up in my door? Hi, yeah.
I'm my coffee and collecting my laundry.
Okay.
Doing adult shit.
Yeah, you're an adult. You can choose when to do that on your own.
We need to do anything with this speech. Oh, hey! Oh.
Yep, we click on the meat.
Headphone goat meat looks like it was skinned and cleaned by a skilled hand.
As simple as that. Now everything else that we need to find is down south. And I know it had a thought process that I was working on saying. I got thoroughly distracted by Dan coming in and giving a thumbs up.
Something about how most of dinosaur depictions we don't really know for sure. We just guessed because that's the fossils which didn't preserve color at all.
No, not. It's not a color thing. It's a lot of the fossils that we have preserved are broken up into pieces because when you're first finding the fossils, you're not super careful about going, oh yeah, there's totally going to be some fossils here that I need to make sure that I know exactly where it's placed. So a lot of the guesswork is us looking at what we assume is the living descendants later on that we currently have and be like, this fossil pattern kind of looks like the bone structure for this animal. So this dino probably looks something like that animal, just big. So that's how we're gonna have it set up.
I actually don't have as many frozen human remains similar to the animals. Well, I do know of one that was discovered in Austria.
They actually do exist. And
yeah,
I think they're found in about the same the same level of frequency as the frozen animals. It's just that the humans took care to basically mark the graves more obviously.
Yeah, and also humans were able to create ways to overcome the Ice Age.
Yeah. But it's like I don't remember where, but it's like there was a culture, like Ice Age area, or Ice Age, pre-Ice Age, that basically sacrifice some of their people to the gods by just burying them alive in the mountains and letting them freeze to death. Just curled up in a hole. I may be misremembering some of it, but it's like there was one in particular that they'd found that had a lot of viable evidence for them to figure out what happened and what was going on, which is how they'd figure out that, hey, this was an intentional death, not just this person curled up here and accidentally froze to death and just happened to get mummified here. But it's like, I just don't remember for sure where that is. I just remember watching a documentary about it at one point. And it's been several years since I've seen that documentary too, so I might be misremembering it almost entirely. I just remember that they'd found the human body just curled up in a hole in the mountains. And it was positioned in such a way that it was obvious that it was an intentional sacrifice for something. But they didn't bleed her dry. They just let her freeze to death. And that's okay.
Alright.
Well, yeah, part of it is there wasn't a huge human population during the Ice Age anyway. That's the other thing to remember, is the human population during the Ice Age was severely low, because that was before we'd had the stable lifestyle that we currently have. That was oh hey, we're nomadic, we follow the animals, we pick up all of the grass and shit along the way. And everything that turns around can kill us if we're not careful enough. Which, for the Ice Age and the survival in the Ice Age, worked really well. I'm not entirely sure why we started going, yeah, we're just gonna stay in this one spot now. We'll kill the animals when they come to us, more than we follow the animals, which might actually be partially to do with the fact that a lot of the big migratory animals died with the Ice Age too, I think. Because, like, pretty sure that after the Ice Age, a lot of the big animals that humans used to hunt probably died.
Oh,
froze. Or starved. You know. All the smaller animals that survived didn't migrate long distances anymore. But that's just me speculating based off of what I'm remembering from the Ice Age documentaries I had watched like 20 years ago. Because I basically just stopped watching TV after a certain point. Oh!
Oh! Oh!
Hi, Bill! We found Samwise's pony. You have found none other than Bill, the loyal little steed of Sam Gamgee. Bill looks like he is in a bit of a tight spot in this warg-infested area. I found Bill. His mane looks unkempt, and he has a wild look in his eyes, but otherwise he appears unharmed. When you try to lead him away, he is hesitant to follow you, almost as if he is waiting for something or someone. He looks backwards towards the walls of Moria expectantly. With enough cajoling, you are able to get him to follow you.
Right.
So he's over here trying to be like, no, I gotta wait for Sam. I gotta wait for Sam.
The problem with two of us doing the quest at once is that now there's two of them.
Yeah, that's the only downside. Now, do you need to hit the grazing spot too? Oh, this gets us little bit of extra experience from, extra murking.
Oh!
Alright.
Right, done.
Oh, did it not? Okay.
Is it because we did it so soon to each other? Oh,
Probably. Where? Oh, we need to go south. We need to go. There one is.
Hmm.
It is.
oh!
Beautiful. There we go with another two.
Another.
Go. Where is our next grazing spot? Oh, hey, look, a random statue.
Ah, there's the grazing spot.
Yep. The predators approach. No. Where's our next grazing spot? Oh, there it is. I see it. I'm gonna kill this other wolf over here. There we go.
Operation Bottleneck was way before the last Ice Age. Apparently we had millions.
Yeah, no, I'd say there's still a lot of people, but we are all super fucking spread out, and we weren't congregated in single spots nearly as much. So it didn't feel like we had as many people living at that time because, you know, everyone was moving around and on the move, on the go. We've made it to the road with Bill, and he seems to have the willpower to leave the gates of Moria behind now. This is a stout little pony who will get to where he needs to go without further nudging from you. You did well to coax him out of dangerous territory.
Right.
What do you mean you didn't know this game still existed? Alright, do we want to keep going south and finish out all of our quests before heading back? Or do we want to go back now and...
We'll head south and finish all our quests.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, yes. The game is a 20-year-old game at this point, and most MMOs, if they're little like this, they don't last 20 years. But we've gotten lucky with Lotro, and the community around the Tolkien works just really likes the world. And it's been up non-stop since it came out. If you remember your info, you should totally hop on and give it another try now that it's been updated quite a bit. A lot of the mechanics are probably going to be way different than you remember. And unfortunately, you've probably lost all of your characters. If you even remembered what server they were on to begin with.
Oh, hey.
We defeated the messenger. All we needed from that one. Oh, no. It's not that you've lost all the characters because they got deleted. They've never actually deleted the characters. It's the servers that existed before we had world consolidations, pretty much. So your previous characters probably still exist in the Dark World, in the 32-bit servers. But you can't access the 32-bit servers anymore. The Heralds would be a captain.
Oh.
Get to defeat the lizards and the bugs. That's one way to put it, local. Yes, they were sent to the Phantom Zone. They exist only in the Ghost Zone now.
Ooh.
At some point, you may be able to do a... You might be able to transfer them from the Dark Worlds to the live servers at some point, but I don't know the way of doing that outside of their appointed server transfer times. Like they have a button. They have a button for the world transfer, so you might be able to just do the transfer that way. But it's like we've technically had two world consolidation events since the game came out in 2007. So we had one world consolidation in 2013, and then another one in. No, it wasn't 2013. It was announced in 2013, but it didn't actually go through until like 2015. And then our most recent one was last year? The year before?
I was there for it.
Yeah.
I started playing a few years ago.
Yeah. Basically, in the last couple of years, pretty much. But it's like we went from having a whole list of worlds down to less than 10 servers. Because we have 4 US servers, 4 EU servers, and then we have some legendary servers, which is added mechanics in the world itself. Because the legendary servers have the ring wraiths that will randomly spawn in the world, and it's extra community focus, and is also level locks because they work through the expansion slower than the normal game. But you also have to pay to play on those ones. I'm sorry I'm rambling about it. I'm sure this is all information that either Lilith doesn't care about or remembers from the last time that I was rambling about it.
I don't think I remember you mentioning that before. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Your master sold you out. You're like the Darth Maul of dogs.
I've been invaded again.
Hey, not like last time. That was bullshit. I just heard. I just here to pet the dog.
Yes, pet the dog. Dog always appreciates.
But to not interrupt your stream, I snuck up on her. Chew it.
Ease. EverQuest is still around too, the policy. Every so often I do go back and play EverQuest again. Yes. Year-long subscriptions that we've not touched
since I came back home, yes.
Yeah.
I think I played like 1 month, maybe that, and then every while was like, come back and play WoW. And I'm all like, I don't want to play WoW. They're like, but we're all here. We love you. We miss you. And I'm all like, I feel like you guys are interlopers trying to eat my soul.
Well, they succeeded in eating your soul.
They did. All I do is play WoW and watch wrestling.
This is not a bad thing.
You, on the other hand, went to the store without me. We need to have a talk about that later. We might need to go tomorrow. I need like 2 or 3 things, if that's all right.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I got told I was watching kids when this happened. So cheap blindside.
Mm-hmm. We can run before dinner tomorrow.
Cool. Sounds good. Did she pull in her?
I don't know.
Iron Fist.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
We need more bugs.
Yeah, we didn't have an offline conversation about what happened earlier. I think that's unacceptable for you. But anyway. So we can switch the cars on if you don't drive your truck.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there's a crawler. Oh, that's why we're missing them. The crawlers are not aggressive, so they're not showing up as red dots. Okay. Okay, that explains a lot. We have to actually pay attention for the names to show up rather than watching for red dots and assuming. Lame. Oh, lightning? Excitement? That kind of just implies excitement, so I'm excited for whatever this is too. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. My issue is I don't like playing EverQuest by myself. EverQuest is very much a social game for me. And there's like no one else that's normally willing to consistently play EverQuest with me. If not for the fact that we already have 2 MMOs in our rotation, I'd be like, hey, Lilith, you want to play some EverQuest with me? But that'd be adding yet another MMO on the list.
Yeah, it's going through the MMOs we are as slowly as we are already.
Yeah. So it's like, that. So I've thought about it, but it's like, no, we already have so many MMOs. If I were to be like, hey, let's add another game to our rotation, I'd want it to be a story focused or a story driven one that actually had an end at some point. I know, local. I've accepted the fact that we will never finish any of these games.
We managed to finish one story character, one character story each for the Old Republic.
After we already started them on our own.
Yeah,
so long ago. But yeah, so we have technically finished character stories for one character. One storyline has been finished. Which is progress. Yes, progress. But it's like, the fact remains is that if we ever actually add another game to our rotation, I'd want it to be something that's, for one, co-op, of course, and for two, has a dedicated storyline that the game would walk us through, rather than the open worlds MMO style stuff that we normally do. If you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And that's normally very difficult to come across. Because a lot of the co-op games are all, oh hey, this is a sandbox thing. You can go and do whatever you want in this game. Lightning Yakuza 0 is, from what I've heard, a very good game. Definitely worthwhile. I've just never played the Yakuza games myself.
Yeah, neither have I.
I've seen clips some of the gameplays, which is why it's like, yes, no, I've heard that it's a very good game. I heard that it's a lot of fun. I've just never actually seen a copy of the game in person and myself to purchase. Because that's one of those games that I wanted on the console, not on Steam. Don't ask me why, but that's just how my brain goes. Is like, that game is a console game. It needs to be on the console, not on Steam. I'm weird like that sometimes.
It's understandable.
Hey. Oh, hey, Wolf. Hi, Wolf. You were the first mob that I've seen in a hot minute. Anyway, we're continuing our walk up to town. That does kind of make me want to just hop onto the original EQ again and go putter around with my necromancer for a little bit. Like, even though, yes, I never actually make any progress with the original EverQuest, because I don't remember how to quest in EverQuest anymore. I still enjoy going through and just mass murdering all of an area, and eventually just getting slapped in the face and thrown on the floor. It's like, yeah, this is fine. I like this. I'll accept this punishment. That's the thing with EverQuest is it's a nostalgia game, absolute 100% nostalgic. Cause that's the game that I learned how to read on. But it's changed so. Sorry.
The messenger has been dispatched. Now we need not fear that Dunling axes of Nan Sharon come to the aid of Baron Morales.
Will you lend me your ear?
Outlaws will be unaware that their messenger was unsuccessful in delivering his charge. I believe that now is the time to move against Porth Cadlers. The Dunlings have already begun to muster their forces. But we will catch them unaware. Without aid, they will be unable to stand against our might. Go south and slightly west of Ekaduan, bust Nan Sharon, and begin the assault against Porth Cadlers. Perhaps such a show of force will encourage them to return to their homes in Dunland. And Bill's safe return.
How can I be of service?
If he was set up on the road north, then there's no doubt he is heading for familiar land. I do not worry that he'll find safe passage. It is more sense than many beasts that come out of the lands of man.
That almost sounds judgmental. And yes, I do agree with policy. The new content and stuff is very difficult to deal with. They've changed so much about the game that it no longer feels like the same game, but it has all the same graphics and basic controls that it still hits the nostalgia itch in my brain, so to say. But it's like, yes, no, I don't remember how to quest in EverQuest. I don't remember how to do a lot of things in EverQuest, but I do remember how to go and murder random shit in the world. So a lot of what I wind up doing whenever I poke my head back into EverQuest is I wind up just wandering around being like, oh, I remember this. I remember doing this thing at this point way back when I was an itty bitty tiny little 5-year-old Soma. It's like I don't play that game for actually playing the game anymore. I just wander the world. Anyway, you will have done a brave deed thinning the ranks of the half-orcs. Perhaps now they will not be so quick to render aid to Baurad Morles.
Mind my words.
Oh, yay. Oh, you leveled up! Yay!
Really?
Bug, the leader of Tar's dogs, is no half-orc. He is one of Saruman's Urukai, and he is more cunning and cruel than any other of his kind that I have encountered. Already he has brought up reinforcements from the south to replace those that were slain in our first assault on his camp. If we do not act quickly, he will soon be marching to Baurad Morles. Return to Arstags, northeast of Echad-Dunan, along the mountains before the Red Horn Gate. Use the Horn of Challenge that you find there to call him forth. If you are able to defeat him, the half-orcs will be thrown into disarray, and we will have time to prevent their march.
Ah, yes, the Horn of Challenge.
Go challenge the boy. Ah!
My heart cannot sing today.
You have killed many of the lizards, but there may more yet be driven forth. Perhaps someday soon, as the elves count the days, we will hear the song of birds and the soft feet of the rabbit again in Eregion.
The sorrows of the elder
Perhaps,
are
perhaps.
never-ending.
Though they will not be wholly destroyed as long as Saruman's corruption remains in Eregion, you have eased the burden upon the land. Right.
Let me come up here. We talk to these guys.
Hail, friend, and well met.
You have thrown down the banners of the half-orcs. The fingers of the White Hand have grown long, but not long enough that we will be forced to endure the sight of its tokens upon our doorstep. Well, that was a fairly simple turn-in. Next.
Just before your return, a great convoy of birds flew hastily from Redhorn Gate. Let's hope that you set enough fear into their ranks to drive them from Eregion. Though I doubt not that they will return to pick the bones of the fallen.
Stay a moment.
Oh, yes, pick the bones.
Though you dealt a mighty blow to the Crebain, they still persist. Their black wings darken the sky day and night. They have spent many days contemplating the source of Crebain, though daily more are seen flying to Eregion, Dunland, and Fangorn. Not once have they been seen flying back. They must be reporting to someone in Eregion. Go north and east, up the winding road into the Red Horn Gate. Search out this spy master. Once he has been dealt with, maybe we will have some peace, and the skies will no longer bear the unceasing sound of crow wings.
Oh. Hello. A skinned goat?
Dwarves must fight.
Good news. For Thorlak might still be alive somewhere upon the mountain.
We have seen naught.
If the goat was killed recently, there's still a chance that Thorlak made camp, but is unable to return. Karadhas, the Cruel, can entangle even the hardiest explorers if they are not prepared. Return to the Redhorn Gate and search its northern reaches. Thorlak's supplies would almost certainly be spent by now if he was forced to seek shelter on the hard face of Zirak-Sigal. I can only hope that Thorlak is having a merry time, sitting among the ancient treasures next to a warm fire in Durin's tower. Yes. Oh wow. We are spread the fuck out.
Speak quickly or leave me.
We have one spot for south, and then all the other 3 spots are kind of spread out among the north.
Oh,
What do we want to go to first, I guess, is the question.
How about we go to the Men of the South?
Go to the southern one?
Yep.
Okay, we can do that. Wait, Lady has another quest.
Oh!
You may be of service to me.
All of our scouts upon Carters have reported strange sounds. The wind howl is at them, and the laughs at their misfortunes. Stones seem to be hurled at them from the mountainside. Storm rage at moment's notice, and wild beasts stalk hidden paths through the snow. Gun quells solve the tempest, and defeat the beasts that stalk the mountainside. I fear that the storms are unnatural, but they seem to be guided by intent. The worst of the storms have been seen the northeast in the Redhorn Gate.
Alright, that adds another northern one. Alright, we can get that. Let us first go to the south. Pew. Pew, pew, pew. Run and we run and we run and we walk, we walk, we walk. We're gonna walk all across Middle Earth. And our tracks are actually gonna probably cover more of Middle Earth than even Frodo's. Because Frodo never really has to loop back around and go back places. Yeah, Neil? Wizard! Probably could have waited to come down into the dried up river. But why not? Yeah, right? He didn't have to go back to turn in his subquest. He walked! He walked for so long. He walked there, he walked back again, and then he wrote the book. And just tacked it on to the end of it, there and back again. By Bilbo. It's probably a very interesting book. You got There and Back Again and then Lord of the Rings in the same binding, pretty much. And you probably spend most of There and Back Again being like, yeah, it's a true story about a bunch of dwarves going and reclaiming their mountain, and then all of a sudden, and the handwriting changes, and oh no, this magic ring. Wait, didn't Bilbo had a magic ring? Bilbo found a magic ring. Wait, this is basically just one big ass story. What the hell? One of those, you don't figure out that it's just one long story until halfway through the second handwriting part of the book.
I believe within the law of Middle-earth, the Hobbit and the Lord of the Ring exist as they were written by Tolkien. Yeah, only the first book of the Lord of the Rings was allegedly written by Bilbo, and the other 5 were written by Frodo, except for the ending written by Sam.
But it's still a... In the movies, it's visibly shown as a, hey, he's just... All the story is in one little journal. That little red journal. That starts with as There and Back Again, The Hobbit. And then just has the Lord of the Rings trilogy tacked onto the back of it. So it's like, it's for one going to be a massive book that's not actually visually massive. There's some kind of magic happening there for sure. But it's also a... Can you imagine and some poor little young hobbit going and checking that out of the Took's library, because, you know, it would probably be in the Took's library at that point.
Hey.
And being like, oh yes, I'm going to read this book here that's called, like, There and Back Again by Old Mad Bilbo. Old Mad Baggins. I've been told that this isn't a true story. There's no way that this is a true story. It's too outlandish. Not a chance. And then as that poor little old hobbit, it's probably a tween, because, you know, it's an adventure book. What kind of upstanding adult hobbit would be reading an adventure book? But it's that poor little tween would be reading through and being like, oh, these were written by two different people. Oh, wait. This thing in the first half by this first person, I'm pretty sure it's this thing.
Well, I mean,
just kind of mentally...
That is pretty obvious, because in Lord of the Ring, it starts off in Bilbo's possession, and it's mentioned how he collected that on his travel, I think, but
no, I'm thinking how it would appear in the actual world more than anything. Just imagining some poor hobbit child reading. Okay, thank you.
early written travel blog.
No, sorry, but it's like, no. What I was imagining is the book that the journal, pretty much, that the Frodo and Bilbo, oh right, would probably never leave the Shire. And the Hobbit reading that, just in the world reading it, would probably not realize that those things are connected until they're like halfway through Frodo's part of the book. If you get what I mean with that. Like
no, I don't really. I mean, how could you not realize that the Ring of Invisibility that Bilbo had at the start of Lord of the Rings was the same one he picked up in The Hobbit after reading Hobbit, then moving on to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. But it's like the writing styles are probably different, so they're probably like, oh, this is two different stories, and they didn't want to waste the paper. Because, the Shire doesn't really waste stuff. Most hobbits will put things to use until it's no longer usable.
Whoa.
But it's also Yes, they'll realize that it's probably the same ring. Probably about the time that... No, because in the books he quite literally says Bilbo left that for me, but it wouldn't register that, oh hey, this is a big deal until halfway through. Probably with the Rivendell and all the elves freaking out over it, and they're being like, wait, was this a big deal? This didn't feel like it was a big deal in the history a class that I took, you know, and probably fell asleep in. More so, I was just trying to picture it from like a small hobbit child finding the book for the first time, thinking, "Oh, yay! This is just a really cool adventure book. It's not actual history at all. This didn't actually happen to anyone." Like, it was started by old Matt Bilbo that I've heard rumors and stories about. And we call him Matt. There's no way. There's no way that anything that he said was actually true. Because the hobbits kind of treated him like that anyway. Alright. We have... I'm sorry. I know it was a rather random tangent. It happens.
Keep the stream entertaining.
Just the random thoughts that show up, being like, yeah. Can you just imagine some small hobbit child picking up what would actually be a very large book, a large handwritten book at that? It's like what they showed as the finished book at the end of the movies. Probably no way how large that book actually was if it had all of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit and still extra pages in the back, and have it still be just that thin little journal. Like, that's a certain kind of magic that they don't have in Arda at all. That's like Harry Potter-esque magic.
Hi, Jerris.
Oh, Jerry. Why are we dumping water? I don't wanna be a wet witch. Don't you know that's how you... That's the rumored way of killing a witch? Like, come on. I don't want to be no puddle. Well. Wait. No, I can't say I don't want to be a puddle. Because, you know, puddling can be fun, but no, I don't want to puddle. I don't want to be a puddle today. Even the reds are green. No puddles. Don't be dampening me.
That was pretty well synced up.
That was very well synced.
Or Elf Rebel, why didn't you wait with the others? We have outlaws. We have to move against that elf run before the sweet. If you insist on dying now, you may have your wish.
We're not elves! We're not elves, though! We're not tall enough to be elves! Making progress. We killed the leader guy. down. I am a minstrel. Minstrel tends to be my main class in this game anyway. Like I play minstrel on my.
I'm playing a hunter.
Like I play a minstrel with Lilith, because that way if I'm the last man standing and we got ourselves in over our head, I can be like, oh yes, I will heal myself and keep myself alive, and pull us through by the straps of our boots and such. And my main is also a minstrel. And I have a difficulty 9 minstrel that I play with a group. Because, the game is not hard enough sometimes. You just want to make the world harder to survive in. That's what the D9 is. We spend a lot of time dying and dying on D9. Sometimes I wonder if that's what it actually stands for. It's like dying 9 times in a day. That's what it is. It's not difficulty 9. It's dying 9 times over the course of the hours. It'll be fine. Jerry gets it. I only want to make the world harder. D, not V. It's difficulty. Tier 9. It is... It adjusts...
Oops.
The damage and healing that you...
Whoa!
It adjusts the difficulty of the landscape mobs. And it mostly does that by adjusting how much damage you take, how much damage you can put out, and how much healing that you get when you are trying to heal yourself. It's like, we're on the default difficulty here. Also because I don't want to try and challenge Lilith with her first experience with the game. Mm-hmm. I just wanted her to enjoy the game and enjoy all the stories that we come across.
And I am.
I'm sure she has favorites so far. Am I going to throw the spotlight on her to figure out what the favorite is? Probably.
Yeah, I quite like the squirrel quest. And I also like bingo.
Bingo's always fun. But no, I did not look at Lilith and go, we're doing trial by fire here. Good luck. We're going to die a lot. Hopefully you don't rage quit the game. It's like, no, I wanted someone to play the game with me and enjoy the game. But it's like, no. It's a difference of most of the mobs on this one hitting me for like 30 damage. Yeah, about 30 damage. 30 to 40 damage is how much these guys do to me. On D9, they'd be hitting for 300 to 400 per hit. Not just over the course of the fight, but just per hit they hit, and that's like 300 points of damage. So it's like, yes, no. The D9 difficulty makes it extremely hard to survive. Especially if you're running as a duo or running solo, which is why you want a group when you go to the hardest difficulty in the game. Does it change the fact that I still run solo on my D9 character and remain at the D9 level the entire time I'm running solo? No, I absolutely take my healer class out on her own to, you know, survive the mobs that hit for half her health in one hit. It's just a little bit of struggle. This is a dead end, not actually where we needed to go.
Okay.
Don't mind me, I'm turning the wrong spots. I was hoping that there was going to be another Grim up here. We need one more Grim before we really keep on going.
I can beat the
Friendship and hammers? Where did we get the hammers from? Did we commission dwarves for some hammers? Oh, I love it. Please make the hammer like 4 times our size. I want itty bitty tiny hobbits with hammers that are like the size of elves. It's like give us a warhammer that is literally as tall as an elf, and like just shove 2 dwarfs on each side. I want a hefty ass hammer for the little tiny hobbit. You get bonus points if the hobbit can and maneuver with that hammer as if it was just the lightest little stick. I feel like that would be great. I mean, if you want it thin and overly decorated, you can do that. What I care about is that it's heavy enough that no one else can pick it up. And yet can do some major fucking damage with it.
Oh.
We found our missing dwarf.
The dwarf is frozen.
The body. Yep.
Last moments of life preserved by the cold. Hear that far man's end. Peaceful embrace of slumber. Back to humans mummified by the cold.
Right? Now we have dwarves mummified by the cold. And they even gave him a nice little comfy mound to lay on. If you've noticed, he's got a nice little mounded snowbank that he's hovering on. Also, thank you for the raid, Ink. Welcome in, everybody. How was your stream? What were you doing?
Just
Did
had
you
that
have fun?
of the guy with sledgehammer cauldron. Perfect.
Sounds like fun. All right. We need table for 9. That's a big table. I don't actually. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing it again. Can we survive?
Oh shit, I don't think we will.
Nope. That's fine. I'd have thought that maybe we might survive that one. The answer's no.
Yeah. As I saw there was no place to slope down. Nope. Whoa, that's...
Oh yes, no. Once we get to Minas Morgul, you are going. It's so pretty. It's pretty in the creepy way, which just makes it better.
Hmm?
It's just so much better. All right, but you were doing the older quests in Minas Morgul. Is that the 140 version of Minas Morgul, or the early 100s? I always forget if it's the Ithilien side or the Mordor side. Because Mordor side's like 140, 130. Ithilien side. Okay, yeah. The Ithilien side's super pretty. I don't know how Ithilien managed to stay as pretty as it did, but I am absolutely here for it. But I'm glad that you came in just in time for watching us cliff dive off of the mountain. I'm kind of sad that we don't get any titles or anything for jumping off the side of the Red Horn or mountains at all. I feel like there should be a more common deed names. Being like, hey, this person committed suicide by jumping off this mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You should judge her for doing that. You're kidding me? I would probably have that achievement so early in the game. But then you'd have to decide, do you want to kill yourself at like level 1 or right?
I think
Like,
she was referring to. Wait. Oh no, never mind. You weren't addressing that. What?
There is a well that we're gonna go jump down in Moria once we get to it. It's gonna be a great thing.
Thanks for a follow, Policy Matter. Welcome to the Zombie Horde. Nice 3.
Honestly, there's there's so much that I'm excited to share with Lilith in this game anyway. This man is kicking my ass. I don't think we want to fight this man. This man is definitely kicking our ass.
Okay, whoa! Shit! Ow! Damn!
Yeah, he's definitely kicking our ass, man.
Huh?
Ouch. Probably should not have picked a fight with that man. That man is not friendly.
Whoa! It absolutely yeeted me.
That tracks. Alright. I'm gonna come over this way. We are out of combat. I can res you now. Ah. Did not realize that man was there. I don't think I've ever actually encountered that beastie before. That's fine. Hey, I'm not going to complain that they're playing Hobbit Ball when everything seems to play Hobbit Ball in this game. Okay? Everything likes punting the free peoples. Unfortunately, the hobbits are the only one that gets. It's only a drum roll because I'm using a drum. But it's, very effective. Now, it's all good, Ink. I appreciate the raid and run. Go have a good night. Thank you so much for coming in, hanging out for a little bit. I always appreciate it when people raid and chat for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we fought the man. He slapped us around a bit, and now he's just gone. Just gone.
Yeah.
No idea
good.
where he went. Right, we need to go up and around. I always enjoy the jumps. It's gonna be great when we get into Moria and then all we do is jump. Moria is also definitely going to be one of the places where it's like, oh, look at all this architecture. Admire the views. As if I don't do that enough to you, right?
They are quite spectacular views.
It's gonna be hard to jump for the sky, Red, when we're underground. In the mines. In the mines. That should have been called the tomb. All right. I mean, I feel like that probably already has some pretty effective stars local. Because, you know, gemstones and mithril and shit. I feel like those would be some pretty effective stars just on the cave ceilings as it is.
On the dark ceiling.
And that's just a hilarious image. Imagine some dwarf climbing up to their ceilings to stick a bunch of glow-in-the-dark stars on their ceiling for some little tiny dwarven pebble.
RGB clouds are where it's at now.
And the dwarves would be the ones to figure that out at this time. They absolutely would be the ones to figure that out. Where's the horn? Am I just circling it? What am I doing with our lives? What even is life right now? Where are we? You know it's pretty bad when the navigator starts going, I don't know where we are. There goes my dog yelling again. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Nearly provoked another one of those.
Oh, there's a man. There's a named man.
Uh-huh. Hello.
Haha.
Birds will feed upon your flesh, Hobbit.
Oh no, I'm gonna be pecked to death. They're gonna take my eyes. Mahat! Go! Arrgh. Yes, I know. I'm so angry. God damn. We're All right, we're heading back to town now. The creature that was that was an Urukai. Technically, all the half-orcs are able to speak too. You know, because they're half orc, half man. Still not entirely sure how that actually works. I don't want to know how they worked that. That was a cliff. That was very much a cliff. But no, that was an Urukai. Was that the first time that we've seen the Urukai in the game here? No. Not at all. We've encountered them before. I don't know, Local. That's a scary thought, too. The movie mostly shows the Urukai just popping out of the ground fully grown. No policy! I refuse!
Then, no mummy orcs in Lord of the Rings as much as some people would like there to be.
Yeah, no, all of the orcs seem to be very agender. Agender, asexual. They don't have any of the bits. Like, yes, later on we come across some of the orcs that identify as female. After, you know, we start talking to the orcs. Because that's a thing we can do in the later expansions. Like, all of a sudden the orcs start talking to us.
Okay.
We have a goblin friend down the road, too, who's very... very enthusiastic. But it's, God, Jerry. Oh, God. Oh, God. I don't want to think about that. No. No, let's not. You can say you did. Let's not. Mott! Sorry, dog. My God. Do I need to go and lock you in the kennel for a bit, dog? I feel like that's what we need to do. Dear Lord. Oh, hey, Littleton. Now I have one hand bracing on my dog, one hand on the keyboard, and now my nose chooses this point in time to itch. Why now, of all times? The moment when I can't itch it.
Well, yeah, we know Donkey and Dragon had half-breed babies, but,
That's a different universe.
yeah, and,
That
we know-
world has different rules.
and as far as we knew, dragons could reproduce the same as any reptile.
Plus, there's the added thing of Donkey's a magic fucking donkey. Who's to say that the dragon's not just a magic fucking dragon? You know, cause dragon. We don't know for sure that there is a physical act of lovemaking in that instance. We just know that all of a sudden, baby half-breed donkeys. We don't get any story. We just know that it happens somehow. Dragon egg omelet. Yep, that's... Swear to God, dog. We don't know if there's dragon these nuts. We don't know if there's dragon nuts still. Heck, maybe the eggs just originally started out as just a glob of magic that they both provided samples to. Who knows? I certainly don't. I don't really want to know more about his love life, though, either. Donkey can keep his love life to himself. And I'm going to leave it at that. Yes, no, that's a... Well, you're the one that said it, local. That's a... We heard it from you first. That... When you're crafting a world, you really should think about what it's like to live in that world. And whether or not the common person would believe some of the tall tales that show up. Well, no. You could probably go, oh hey, we're gonna make all of our roofings and thatch, but then make all the walls out of stone, so that all you have to do is replace the roof when the dragon comes by.
Do not trouble me.
Sell some
Your
stuff.
need is not urgent. Speak quickly or leave me be.
Yes, there would probably be an industry to manage all the dragon tongue. There would probably be an industry made specifically to sell the dragon tongue as fertilizer to make crops grow much better. Because, we already have that with cow dung. Do you realize that it's cow dung that you're buying when you buy either fertilizer? No. Because it's already been composted down to the point where it doesn't look like dung. Or rotting vegetables or anything. But that's what the fertilizer is.
My master said, you may all sleep easier without the fear of beating wings and sharp picks. You have my thanks.
You have returned! I feared the ferocity of Kauradas might have gotten the best of you, but I can see that you are a hobbit of great skill.
You may be.
The storms have not relented. The winds continue to howl, and I hear the anger in the voice of the Kauradas. But not for the elves, or even the dwarves. There is something on the mountain that is causing his fury. It will be a dangerous task, but I would ask you to search as high into the pass as you dare, and seek out the source of the mountain's anger. Only by soothing the wrath of Kauradas will we be able to safely continue our search for the signs of the company. You should return to the Redhorn Gate, northeast of here, and search for the highest reaches of the mountainside. Alright, we're gonna come let the dwarf know that his buddy's dead.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Warlock is dead. This is gross news, for he was a close friend, as true of heart as a dwarf could ask, and tough as stone. Alas, they died for fool's hope, for Durin's tower is lost to us forever.
It's not, though. You just started on the wrong side of the mountain. The wild men of Dunlin have been defeated. Maybe now they will realize that they stand against a strong opposition, and will leave us in peace.
Hey, why'd you... Oh, which one?
It auto popped up for me.
It...
For the
Alright.
the horn challenge.
Your ear.
Though the Denlandings were weakened by our assault, they have not departed from Aragon. Something else holds their will and drives their assaults. One of my scouts came upon one of the Denlandings in the wilderness who deserted their camp. He spoke of one of Salmon's Urkai, who commands the camp and drives the Denlandings to madness. Return to Porth Cadlus and challenge this Uruk to a single combat. If he is defeated, many of the Dunlendings will lay down arms and return to their homeland.
What can I do for you?
If Akash Pug dead, the half-orcs will be leaderless and unable to aid Barad Moralas. We must now take thought on how to drive the remaining half-orcs from Eregion.
Stay a moment.
Though they are unmanned, Narstag still presents a threat to Eregion. If we do not act quickly, they will rebuild their force and bring it to bear at Barad Moralas still. We must drive the half-orcs from Eregion with fire if it must be so. Return to Sarstag and set ablaze the tent of the half-orcs. Without shelter and supplies, they will become easy prey for our scouts. The tents are spread throughout Sarstag, northeast of Ekadurian, along the mountains before the Redhorn Gate.
Okay. One down to the south, and a few to the north. Once again! Alright. Time check?
Half an hour more.
Okay. Alright, so let's go down to the south. Go blow that horn. Tell this Uruk-hai that he doesn't deserve to live. Hello, dog. You've been very overprotective today. Like, oh my god. Feel. Also, I keep going back to the sentence of spiders the size of cows, and it's like, they're bigger than cows in this game. Artist spiders can get to be bigger than fucking buildings. And not just little Hobbit Shire buildings, but like full ass man buildings. I can't say that they'd be bigger than the dwarvish buildings because those big spiders tend to like to live in the dwarvish buildings. That's also we're gonna come across that on the other side of Moria, probably. We don't start seeing the really big spiders until Mirkwood, I think. I don't actually remember for sure where we start seeing the spiders that are super big. I know that they start increasing in size in Mirkwood. And a little bit in Rohan. There's a spot in Rohan where it's like, we're not going to be able to do any of the quests in that one little area. Not quite in sync. You're close. Oh, here he is.
Hello? And what do you men think you're up to? You have orders. Yes, orders for the elf ruins. You won't be interfering with our plans. I'll see to that.
Yeah! There we go. And now we go north. North, 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 north. We go climb back up that mountain again.
Oop.
Again. We've spent a lot of time just climbing up that mountain and coming back down. Up the mountain, down the mountain. Up the mountain, down the mountain. I'm gonna skirt around the rider, because I don't want to fight the rider. The rider's elite and is kind of annoying. I don't know why, but I'm starting to get hungry too. No reason for me to be getting hungry now. I had dinner. Why am I hungry? Ah. Oh well.
You didn't have
I don't
second
believe in
breakfast.
second breakfast. I don't believe in second breakfast, man. Honestly, my breakfast was actually dinner. Because, you know, my sleeping schedule has me completely backwards from everyone else. So I guess that might be why I'm starting to be like, I'm hungry. Because technically it's approaching my lunchtime. Can we slide through here without getting attention? Oh my lord, we could! Yay!
Oop.
Alright. Heresy? Is that what that was meant to be? Next question is, which statement was that directed at? I need clarification.
I think in not believing in second breakfast.
Entirely possible. This is I'm sorry, I don't think about food very often. There's a reason why I'm not actually a hobbit. Like, I may be hobbit in height, I'm not hobbit in attitude. I don't have nearly as much of a food drive. Whether it's desire to eat food or desire to make food, I don't have that. I don't have that that food drive at all. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's a pretty big thing for a hobbit. Am I wrong? Are the hobbits not all about the food? Oh dear. Like, there's so much of their culture that's centered around food. Why else would they have, like, 12 meals in a day? If they're not a food-oriented it's culture, why have 12 meals that you observe in a single day? Why view, the fat hobbits as the most attractive hobbits? And you can't tell me that the fat hobbits are not the most attractive hobbits for them. The fat hobbits are also the ones that wind up having the most children. Because, you know, they wind up getting married young when they're fat and happy. And this is one thing where it's like, we know that that for Hobbit, it's being fat kind of is the point of beauty. For the dwarves, it's their beards. It's like you're a beautiful dwarf if you have a very full, luxurious beard.
Hey.
Oh. We caught their attention. Yeah, did he not realize that the hobbits have 12 meals? Fucking Pippin lists a bunch of them, yes! But now everyone gets focused on the... Do you think he knows about the second breakfast? I don't think he knows about second breakfast, Pip. No, I did not.
Neither have I.
I've heard very mixed things about it. Not really super great things. For those that actually know the lore of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's what I've heard too.
It's like a lot of the Tolkien fans that actually know the lore were very disappointed with the Rings of Power. If you went in with the expectation of, oh hey, this is just gonna be a show, it's not gonna... It doesn't relate to Lord of the Rings all that much beyond they happen to share some names. Those people all enjoyed it. But those that actually went in knowing the lore and knowing how stuff is set up... Wait, you have a fight. You have a fight, yep. Yeah. Alright, now we go back to town again. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We're just gonna run straight there.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Because I get the feeling that we're not even done yet. And we'll be sent back out here to kill kill even more. My foot is falling asleep. Got a lot of tingles in that foot right now. Pins and needles, stabby, stabby, stabby.
Ooh, I best
Oh,
burn
no.
the snack.
Local, it's not even a single piece. Isn't even a snack. At one point, I don't remember which hobbit it was. I know it wasn't Frodo. But one of the hobbits were like, we ate 4 of them.
I think it was Pippin.
after either Legolas or Aragorn was like, one bite of this fills a man and for her the whole day. And the hobbits just kind of stared at him like, are you kidding?
How many did you eat?
Why
Oh.
are we expected to starve ourselves? And I think a lot of the Hobbit there's some I think there's some pretty major physical differences in metabolism between the hobbits and the Telefolk, I believe. Probably even between the even with the dwarves too, even though they're shorter. Because once the hobbits stop eating as much, they very quickly start starving, really. And that implies that there's an actual physical need for that much energy. That much food intake. Which could be like, yes, there's subconscious magic happening, which is why the Shire is so green and fertile, because the hobbits just unconsciously generate magic and shove it straight into the earth. But there's no lore basis for that. That's just me going, I feel like that's probably what happens there. Oh, we forgot to go all the way up. Damn it. Oh, well.
Well, we turn what we have.
What do you need?
Yep. I got overly excited. I forgot that we had to go all the way up the fucking mountain. Ah.
The later feared the Dunlendings will not continue their assault. You have our deepest thanks.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
The Orc's word about an assault on Eckard Mirabel worried me. Eckard Mirabel does not have enough strength to resist an assault from even a part of Saruman's forces. We must warn Eckard Mirabel that the White Hand is preparing to move against them. Travel west of Eckard Durin along the Nan Huron Road to Eckard Mirabel and speak with Ornavras. Let him know of the danger he now faces.
Alright. The leaderless half-orcs will find it much harder to maintain their presence without shelter and supplies. You have done well. Though the half-orcs are no longer a threat to Echad Dunan, I fear that they may attempt an assault upon Echad Mirabel. Mirabel has long lain in ruin and is already nearly overrun. If even a part of the half-orc host of Tarstags joined in the assault, the elves at Echad Mirabel may be overrun. Echad Mirabel lies west of Echad Dunan, along the Nan Seranon Road. Go and warn Galerwin. Render any aid that you may in their defense. I personally think that I want to start actually going into Moria rather than
Okay, sell some
like
stuff.
Your need is
we have the quest for it already. I'm doing a little bit of inventory management myself. Just a little bit. Alright. So we're going in here.
Oh,
we go. And we have Hook. Right here.
Khazad-dûm has long been lost to us. We will reclaim it!
Welcome to Holland. We have followed our lords Bussy and Brogor here, with the purpose of reclaiming the mines of Moria, lost to us for too many long years. If you are willing to aid us in this venture, we will be most grateful for as long as the mountains stand above the halls of our fathers. Know this, though. Khazad-dûm was long ago taken from the dwarves by violence and slaughter, and has remained devoid of our kind throughout the long years. Balin led an earlier expedition to reclaim the great city, but there has been no word from him for many a year. We do not know what we may find within the mines of Moria.
The spies of our enemies are everywhere.
We had not been here long before it became clear that some power was keeping a watchful gaze on Holland. Filthy Crebain have appeared in great numbers, spying on our efforts and troubling the workers. I do not know to what purpose news of our efforts may be put, but their presence has made Bosi uneasy, and that is enough for me. To the south, you can see where the Serenan once flowed, but it has dried up and the stream bed is now empty. Walk along the banks, defeating any of the spying Crebain you see there, and bring me their talons. We can put those vile birds' claws to various uses. More importantly, though, you will be hindering whatever fell plan the master of these spies may be brewing for my kinsmen. Yes? Yes. We only need to kill 4 of them. Look, rocks. Sharp rocks. Alright. Alright. I have my 4. Do you have your 4?
Yep.
Cool. We go back up to Tulk.
Okay, that was
It's
easy.
it's a fairly simple thing. But this was also the beginning of a brand new expansion at the time.
Ah, okay.
So they were expecting old players to come back after a long time away,
Makes sense.
or brand new players coming in and learning the game for the first time. Thank you for this.
Thank you for
Not
this.
only for the talents, but for defeating the agents of whatever power believes that the dwarves have no business here in Holland or in Khazad-dûm. I've written a report for you to bring to Bosi. Show him this document and he will determine how to best utilize your assistance. You will find Bosi near some of the wagons beyond the rocky outcropping to the southeast. Just follow this road as it bends around the outcropping and turns northeast. Which is quite literally, we just walk around here. We also have a lot more trees in this area too. We can see the wagons now. These wagons. Aren't they so cute? Very dwarvish in structure. Hi, Bosie.
Thank you for this report, and welcome to Holin.
Thank you for bringing this to me, and also for your effort on our behalf. Our work here has been going more slowly than we expected. My cousin Broker and I determined to seek Balan with Mora some months ago. While it took many weeks to assemble an expedition of dwarves willing to accompany us, we chose a roundabout way over the mountains, so as to speak with Lord Glowen, a close friend of our father's, about Khazad-dûm. His words were grim. I do not think he believes our expedition will succeed. Being too long without a word, he said to us, "For Balans of Fundin live still within the mines. I am beginning to perceive the likelihood of his warning."
The Holine Gate is blocked with rubble, and my dwarves work to clear it.
When we arrived at the Horn Gate some days ago, found the doors of Durn sealed by rubble and debris. Our road seemed fully chosen now. I wonder if the Dremel Gate on the east side of the mountains is open. Dwarves of our expedition have been working to unearth the gate, but it is lean and hungry for work. Bring them these lunches so that they may harbour strength for the labours ahead. Travel north up the slope between the rocky walls, and you will find workers resting along the path of the Holden Gate. There are more along the edge of the waters for the doors. Speak with War at the gate when you have done this, and he will have further tasks for you.
Yep. And then we also have this one over here.
What foul and nameless things we face in
Lucy has assured me that the Holland Gate will be excavated soon, but I am still worried that our expedition might be left outside Khazad-dûm for some days. The hills echo with the howling of wolves, but little else can be heard. How they make us shiver in the stillness. Holland of old was full of life, but even now the birds seem suspicious and hostile. These hills are riddled with natural caverns, though none approach the splendor of even unworked passages of Khazad-dûm. Unpleasant creatures have taken refuge in some of these, and I fear they will cause trouble for my people if we remain here overlong. To the southwest, across the dry riverbed of the Cernon, is the cave called Philogogan. A company of half-orcs has an encampment deep inside that place. If you care to assist the dwarves of this expedition, you will thin their numbers and defeat their leader, Grog.
Alright, well, for the day here.
Yep. We're starting to get into Moria. We haven't gone up to see the doors yet, but I'm super excited.
Hey, you gonna keep on streaming?
Yes, I will be.
Also do a redirect on YouTube, maybe? One sec for it.
I have a red waiting very patiently for me to return.
Right. I won't keep her waiting too long. Right, well, thanks again for this.
See?
Input stream, and thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this, see you all later. Bye!
Bye, little friends! Alright, and